Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Serena Johnson, and I am the host of Life After Sports. I wanted to create this platform so that way we can be able to connect with others in a different way. Reason being is we've all played sports. So anyone that I bring on this channel, we've all played a sport somewhere down the line. So this platform is to just kind of go over what happened after you played that sport. Did it help you? Did you learn from it? Did it not help you? Do you miss it? Do you not miss it? Did you meet people from it? But before I get deeper into this, today is my first drop and I'm so excited. It's not going to be me doing the interview. I think it's very important that I do this drop because it's my son's father. His name is Cornell Neal. He was like the Kobe Bryant in Oklahoma. Today is his 1 year of his passing. And so what better way to honor him than to do this? And I feel like I need to do it. In this drop, all he does is he talks about his life. He talks about some lessons, everything that he's been through. Thank you to AlexTaylorTV, I think it is, on YouTube. He allowed me to take the video to be able to post it on the YouTube platform. So thank you for that. We all have a testimony, and so I'm ready to share my testimony. Throughout my podcast, I will be dropping parts of my life. I'm here to open up. The good thing about this too is that I'm not just going to have young people. I'm going to have older people on my podcast because everyone, I know so many people and I know that they've all been through some stuff. I just want to take a moment to say a prayer and then we will go ahead and get into my first drop. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for just waking us up today, Lord, because you know you didn't have to. And Lord, we just thank you for everything that you are doing in our lives and that you will continue to do. Lord, we just ask that you continue to protect us and watch us each and every day, Lord. And Lord, we thank you for your grace each and every day that you provide for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, Cornell. This video is dedicated to you.
I'm the one and the only AlexTaylor himself. Got special guest in the building. My man Cornell in the building. Hello, bro. What's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
How
Cornell
you,
in the flesh. Nello in the flesh.
Street legend.
Yeah,
Hoop
man.
legend.
Try to be.
Yeah, I met Cornell through my brother because, you know, my brother's coaching and playing basketball his whole life. So I met you, Bremen, a lot of y'all. And he used to always talk about y'all like, man, they can hoop, bro. You got to see it. You got to see it. They defense is crazy. All this stuff. And I'm like, bro, for real? So I actually started watching you play. I was like, oh, these niggas like really about it. Like they really can hoop. So how did that start, your basketball journey?
From
when
I know Tony or just
just in general, from the beginning, from the jump. What made you fall in love with the game? You know, what was it?
To be honest, man, I had actually my dad, my mom, and my older cousin LaRon. Before my parents split, he was a coach. And I was always around, you know what I'm saying? So, like, anytime he was at practice or in the gym with the girls, because he had a girls' team, I was always there. So the ball was just pretty much in my hands. And I knew I was really good, like, first grade. It's a weird story because ankle socks was in then, you know what I'm saying? First grade, I'm 26 now, so 10 years old. 10, 8, 9 years old in first grade. And he made me wear the Nike socks we wear today to not high, but to where you could see it. And this is kind of knew I was really good. I had 52 that day. It was at the YMCA, but I had 52 points out of 62. And we won by like 25, 30, something like that. It was really like 40. It was really like 40-point win or something like that. But I would just remember that day like it was vivid, like it was yesterday, because I was crying that he made me wear those socks. I cried my eyes out because he made me wear them hot socks and that wasn't in. And I got this picture too. Like if you seen the picture, everybody got the ankle socks on. I got these Nike socks on with the bread 11s out there getting busy. That's
hilarious. Because like when I was hooping, when I was younger, I feel like that's what we cared about. I mean, even to this day, we get older too. But about how you look when you hooping, You want to look clean. You want to
Yeah.
look fresh. Had a new
Stay
gear
up
on
to
too.
stay up to the stay up to the new wave. You know, it's always changing. You know, sleeves wasn't in, then they was in, then they back in.
Yeah.
Just like all the new Jordans that come out, Fat Farms, Crocs,
Yeah.
for example.
No, you're right. Yeah.
People used to clown on Crocs when I used to wear them joints back for real. I used to wear them joints, you know, for the tournament and stuff like that. They used to clown them joints, boy, and they back in style. Now everybody want them. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, that's because I ain't gonna lie. When I was hooping, when I was young, the kids that was ass is the one that wore them long socks.
You know what I'm saying?
Them was the weird kids. Yeah.
And they have them all the way to the knees type shit. You know what I'm saying? So
and you was out there getting buckets.
oh man, they wasn't. He knew better because he knew my daddy was kind of swaggy. Like so that's what got me in the shoes too. But like they wasn't all the way to the socks, but they was at my calf. Like we kind of were now in the game type shit. So.
Still noticeable no matter what.
Yeah, facts. But I wasn't messing with it. That's probably what turned me up to get 50. You hear it? That's probably what turned me up to get 50.
So from then on, you just stayed on. Like, you ever have a period where you stopped playing or anything, or was it like no matter what, you stuck to it?
Just basketball. I was always playing basketball and football. Always multi-sport. Always coming up, even through high school. So it was just always, like I said, always around it and fell more and more in love with it. And then just wanting to be better. Didn't have nobody to really teach me at the time because after the guy that was teaching me was my big cousin after my parents split. And then he went to college playing football, which he could have did anything. You know what I'm saying? He was that good. He could have did anything. So he was the one that even told me I needed the jump shot. I didn't understand it at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to actually jump off the ground and shoot the ball because you're not going to be that tall over people and type shit. And then he left, so it was just kind of like it was stagnant for a few years. Honestly, it was stagnant for a few years, probably till my freshman, sophomore year. No, my 8th grade. I would say my 8th grade because my 8th grade it was crazy.
So you weren't inclining, but you weren't declining. You was just
I just wasn't
like
getting better. And then I
okay.
was always bigger than everybody as far as my body type, so I could use that all the time. You know, as far as getting to the rim and playing defense and stuff like that. So I knew that, but as far as like working your skill set, it was just all natural for me. It was just all natural. Even the skill set for working all that. Of course, afterwards, got to working on it and advancing it, but it was just all, I was just playing all natural for the longest time. Really till college, really till.
So even in high school, you wasn't like.
I mean, I would get shots up here and there.
Yeah.
And really my senior year, that summer before my senior year, and then during my senior year, it was probably the most I worked out outside of practice and stuff like that, which still wasn't excessive. You know what I mean? Just a couple shots here and there on the gun. And Coach Bradley, he was like, if you want to shoot the ball better, this is what we need to do. So we kind of changed my form. And I was, like, that year, I've shot the ball at a really high clip. And so it kind of changed to where my form is now. But he was like, you need reps. So he was in the gym with me on the gun. But it wasn't nothing like 1,000 shots and nothing like that. Just a couple days in the summer after Pride or whatever the case may have been. But not nothing like that really till JUCO, till I seen that it was so different. Like when college, it was different.
You changed your shot when?
Going into my senior year, like my release point, my form, like it used to be kind of like here, and we had to get it here to where I could see more vivid. And I was already blind because I wear contacts and I always had one in at the time anyway. Something falling out, getting hit, football, basketball, whatever the case may be. So I can barely see anyway. But once we figured that out, man, it was kind of. And
it's
like a lot of
a
lot of form shooting. That was really what I did. A lot of form shooting outside of a lot of shots outside of that. But man, yeah, that's when it switched. And then college, just kind of realizing that it's different. You're good, but you're still playing off natural. There's guys out here that's really working on their craft. And of course, it kind of shows. So I got to expand my game. So that's kind of where still again by myself, and then coming home in the summer studying shit from my games and pulling up stuff on YouTube's trainers and then working on it. And that's when kind of the young guys started coming around. The Breemans, Ron always been there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I was just about to ask how you even know Breeman. I met him. Like, what?
I mean, Dale City, Midwest City, and then he, kind of big bro, spanking their ass all the time. You know what I'm saying? And he knew I was nice. Everybody knew I was nice. And it's like, it's crazy now. Like, niggas like, bro, you was so nice in high school. And I'm like, I was good, but like, I don't think I was. I mean, I knew I was nice then. I was cocky then too. But like, just looking back on it now and the skill set now, if I was working then, it would have been so.
So you feel like you're at your peak now, or in college, around the area?
I would say my peak, around 14 to 18, 19, and I'm just now getting back in shape to where the peak ain't, you know, it ain't really fell off or anything.
Yeah.
But started.
Yeah, it ain't fell off at all. You ain't seen no highlights. You just posted. It ain't fell off.
Yeah, man, just trying to get back into it. You know, got that itch for it again. Got the love for it again. You know, especially with me helping out the young kids and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, what players was it that inspired you, like that you got your game from? You think, or like that you watched? Like you say, you go watch highlights or you go watch film. What players was it?
I think it translates like with the generations, just like everybody. But at first, as far as like when I started to figure out my game towards my, you know, going in high school and stuff like that, I liked a lot of people. I lied too. I just thought about it. I lied. I didn't lie, but I forgot about this.
What's up?
When I started really working on my game.
Okay.
Which that's why 8th grade was so epic. So it was like 7th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. And our team was nice. And so in the summer, my mom worked at not in the summer, all year. She worked at this place, but I could be up there in the summer. This place called it was a shelter. They say shelter, but it was for kids that needed they found a place for them, you know, as far as to stay, not orphanage, but adoption.
Okay, yeah.
Kids that ran away or whatever that was being abused. It was a place for them to stay. A nice ass place too, until, you know, they found a place in teenagers. It didn't. I think it was the lowest was like 13, 12, to 18, 17, and they helped them get in the job court and jobs.
It's like a temporary care, rehabilitate, like you
and
know,
they helped,
kids
you know.
out.
And my mama did that for like 20 plus years. So every time in the summer, I'll be up there with the kid. I'll be up there with her at job. So I'll be with the kids all the time, just playing with them and stuff like that. They had this gold outside, and this is where I really started to tap in. I used to just type in people on YouTube that I like to watch, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, my favorite player ever is Kobe Bryant. So Kobe, like stuff like that, and then go outside and translate it and try to translate it by myself, literally. Wind blowing hard, jumping, doing it, these layups, learning the backboard, all those type things. Literally, come back in, do that for an hour, go watch for 30, 45 minutes. Oh, I like that move. Go do that move 1,000 times. Not 1,000, but like literally.
Repetitive though.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
To get the feel and get all the way comfortable. I forgot all about that, man.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting, I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting you to say Dwayne Wade or Chris Paul.
Man,
I feel like a lot of people don't.
At that time, you know,
that.
that's when Dwayne Wade was won the MVP, won the ship with Shaq. You know what I'm saying? So he was top 3 in the league, top 3 ever shooting guard ever. So he was like, and his game was real savvy. He was always at the rim. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of jump shots in at the time. I was always at the rim. So I wasn't never as fast as him, and, you know, of course not the bounce, but the way he would finish and maneuver around traffic and his body in the air. I would watch that shit and literally just go jump in the air and maneuver my body, like try to do shit. You know what I mean? Like see what I do and picture people jumping. You got to picture the game when you trying to work by yourself. Literally, you got to picture things that you done seen.
Because it's like an art. I don't think people understand that, but it's really art.
And I was watching KD early on the $1 Million Baby. He said that like we're all really artists because they was asking him about rappers and how rappers like to be athletes and vice versa. He's like, well, we're all really artists because it really is an art. And if you look at it, everybody got like a different type of game, like, but it's so nice. You know what I mean? It is so like great, and it's like, damn. Yeah,
and you can't even explain it sometimes too.
You can't. And I promise you, like when you get into those, like Steph is in right now, like them 11 games, 50, 40 over the span he's doing. When you get in those grooves, bro, those grooves is unexplainable. Bremen can attest to this. Ron can attest to this. Guys that done put in that work, and then you have one of them games where it's just everything is falling. The game, the rim feels huge. You can't miss. Everything's together. Then you have a great practice. Then you put another game like that. So now you already was cocky. You already was cocky. You know what I'm saying? So now you really in that groove. That's what Steph is in right now. And a lot of those superstars, when Harden be going crazy or KD, LeBron, whatever the case may be, those grooves are real. Those rhythms are real. Like it's crazy when you get on those tears, bro, because you feel untouchable. And then you be looking at it like, damn, how the fuck I just do that? Real shit. On certain shit.
Certain shit I've seen you do. Just that a few times I watch you play, I'm like, what the fuck? Because I feel like you're doing stuff that I feel like an average player can't do or don't do. Yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because I feel like your basketball IQ really high. Because I actually played with you one time before too.
A few times.
And it's like you the coach on the floor. Like you telling everybody where to go. And like I'm not like I know basketball, but not that much. But I remember you telling me just certain things, move this way, do this. And I'm like, that is crazy to think like you live right like a coach on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Or that open shot. Because you can once you done played so much and seen so much, you can learn how to manipulate defenses and stuff like that. And when you can get to any spot that you want to, or if it's not really a tough guy guarding you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can make this guy help knowing that he's going to drop and get you a shot in the corner. So if I'm at the top of the key and if it's a guy in the wing and a guy in the corner, one of them have to help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, whichever one of them help, I'm going to hit the other guy, make him rotate to that guy. So now it comes back one more for that shot or attack. Or if he don't attack, it's coming back one more to me because I'm going to run back spot up. So now if I don't shoot it, it's still getting back reversed out. Like, you can visualize those things and those rotations, kind of like I heard then Chris Paul, LeBron, Kobe. I used to listen to these guys talk like this too, like kind of like we doing, but like about the game. So like and it's crazy when you really see it. It's crazy.
Yeah, you got true love for the game. I can tell, man.
It's pretty. Sometimes it's unexplainable. Sometimes it's really unexplainable.
So you went to JUCO. So what was that like coming out of high school and going to? Because everybody obviously wants to go D1.
Not knowing a damn thing about JUCO.
Okay, so what was
Only
that like?
knowing Division I. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we didn't have this social network. We didn't have this social media that when we was playing.
Do you feel like it's easy to get a look? So since you're saying that, I'm saying
now for sure, and only because of the networking. You know what I'm saying? Not because of the talent, because this guys out here these kids got game, and that's because they're starting earlier now, learning their skill set before we did, instead of playing off natural abilities. But they have the networking to where everybody's posting them, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in Oklahoma, we went through those trenches to where Oklahoma is up there now in the basketball. Not just us, but just coming up to where it was just not small guys, but just a few that's going really big.
Yeah.
And everybody else coming through the trenches and just keep working and be really good. But now, if we had that and be able to, and people posting us on Twitter and Instagram and all that all the time, a lot more guys that went JUCO Division II, NAIA Division III would have had higher looks because people have really had game. Bremen, Ron.
Yeah.
John, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people like that. Trip.
Because y'all done hoop with D1 players.
Yeah, and killed them. And killed them. And they can't do nothing with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I tell kids, it's good players at every level. You just don't know what their process to getting where it was or their route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, coming out of high school, to answer your question, I didn't know nothing. I had Hutch, Northern Oklahoma, Enid, where I went, and Mid-America, the NAIA school. And so let me just put this in perspective. I went to visit on Enid because it was an hour away. One of my coaches took me, and my mom took me, so I went twice. And then Mid-America, I went to a game and seen the visit. You know, that's South Side. So
down the street.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's 30-minute drive. So we went to that game, which that shit was low-key lit. Charlie Shooter was All-American. Boo was crazy, averaging like 30 that year. He's good. He's still out here being
30
a pro.
that's crazy.
He was, He was like back-to-back All-American, something crazy like that. But that's all I knew. And I only went to Northern Oklahoma Enid because the coaches in our locker room out there every game. So I'm
steady in your face.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so this is all I know. This is all I see. And I didn't see, and the reason I didn't go to Mid-America, which he was always there too, I wasn't going to get my pell or most of my pell. You know what I'm saying? They was like, we're going to give you something back.
Okay.
But it ain't going to be that $3,000. I need that $3,000 every semester. Yeah. I'm going to get some moms. I need that just because I ain't never had $3,000. You know what I'm saying at the time? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of high school, that's $3,000 to us was $10,000. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, I can't do that. You feel me? I ain't about to have no money. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how this going to go. I don't even know how college going to go because the only thing I know is my cousin at Tech. So I only know D1. He playing football, though. So I know they getting paid. I know they getting a stipend check. You know what I'm saying? I know how he's living because we always down there. We always down there watching the games. You know what I'm saying? Getting in free. So I'm like, this is the life I need. But not having no idea how to get there, put myself out there and exposure. So I went to Enid trying to get D1, which they ended up happening. Certain stuff happened other than afterwards, but coaches switching and stuff like that once I actually committed and things like that. But ended up working out. I had my D1 offers after JUCO, but back to it, Hutch is where the National Junior College Tournament is, and I didn't take a visit to Hutch.
And why didn't you?
Because I didn't know about it.
Okay, so that's what you're saying. You're unknowingly just like out here.
I didn't know. What is Hutch? That's in Canada, 4-hour drive. Oh yeah, we're not doing
all that. Yeah.
We're not doing all that. Moms, can you do that? No, I can't do. I can't make that. All right, so that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? And they never was really in my face, but I had to offer because they seen me through. And Coach Bradley knew somebody. he knew the connect, and he had sent them a couple shit. They had seen me and they had offered me, which I ain't even. Like I said, I don't know about Hutch. And they at this time they probably top 5 in the nation.
Oh wow! So you like legit
at this time? At that time, they top 5, top 10 every year in the nation, and still is to this day. At least top 25 every year, still to this day. But that's what the national tournament is.
That makes sense.
It's in Kansas City, Hutch.
So you weren't tapped in enough to know what the hell was going on.
But went to Enid, stayed at Enid for my 2 years. Had offers from like Texas State, Sam Houston State, Idaho State, Fresno, the D2 school out in Cali and Mali, where they had that big tournament in every year, where the D1s go. They get a chance to play them. What's the Chaminade? That's the name of the school, Chaminade. But that was a big D2. What other D1s did I have? I had some low major, Missouri State.
It's like you had a list though.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had about 7. I had about 7, 8. I had about 7, 8. Good little number. Good little number. And then had like 8 D2s. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up committing to Texas State because it was out of Texas State and Idaho State, out of the guards in the conference. They wanted me and Ethan Telfair, Sebastian Telfair's little brother. And we went at it that year, which I won that battle both times, just by the way. But you know,
slight flex,
flex a little bit. Cool, you know, but he got game. Dude is nice. Dude is really nice. Dude is really nice. So he ended up, I was waiting to feel. He went to Idaho. He committed to Idaho State. So that offer was gone, and I wanted to, get out and stuff like that. And Texas State party school, upstairs in the party school. I'm like, turn me up. We already down here all the time. It's Stillwater OSU. Turn me up. You feel me? So I'm gonna be down there playing ball too. Moms can get me. It's a nice little drive, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It ain't too bad. So I committed Texas State. Coaches switch, and then some stuff ended up happening at school to where the coach told them not to do this and do that. Plus the Texas State coach switching, so I was left with D2.
Hold on, so your coaches switched before that at
one of them got fired at State.
Okay.
At Texas State.
Okay.
He got fired, the one that was recruiting me.
Okay, now what about you said your JUCO school, same thing happened though, right? Something similar?
What really happened at JUCO, bro, we used to smoke in the dorm room.
Okay.
Yeah,
you keeping it a buck? Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it a whole 100 since we on here. Me and my roommate, my boy from the Dub. Shout out to you, Debo. We used to smoke, and really, I ain't forgot about you, really. We used to smoke in our dorm room. And we started it because it used to be cold as shit in the car. And I didn't have a car. Both of them had a whip. They both had leather. No, Terrell didn't have leather seats, but his heat take forever to warm up. Deeb had leather seats, so when we out there, nigga, it's brick. You know what I'm saying? It's brick. We can't keep doing this. So we had like in our little sophomore dorm room. You walk in the dorm, you walk around. It's like not like apartment, but almost apartment. You walk in, it's a little kitchen area. Past the kitchen area, walk-in bathroom within the walk-in closet. But the closet used like this little, you can shut it.
Mm-hmm.
So we be in that fucking closet, blowing that bitch down with the shower hot. You feel me? With the windows up, the towels underneath both doors where they need to be. And that bitch, and then me in there just in there vibing and talking on some bro shit afterwards, nigga. Cause we ain't had shit to do. It was JUCO. At this point, it's probably 9, 10 o'clock at night, any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, at least you got an explanation though. It wasn't like y'all was just in there doing it. Doing
I mean,
like, y'all had nowhere else to go.
We still shouldn't have been. On some dumb shit, but still, we was like, fuck it. We those guys. So, somebody told on us at the end of the year, towards the end of the year, like April, where we at now. The dean come down there, knock on the door. Yo, come to the door when you get there. I'm like, yo, I'm in the bathroom because I was on the toilet. My class got canceled. My first one is early in the morning. My roommate D was already at his class. So they waiting at the door, him and the security officers. And so I let him in. After I came off the toilet, I let him in. We didn't have nothing in there. We never kept the weed in there or nothing like that. But it was some little ashes and this little Easter egg. Because it was my fault.
No,
it was right after Easter. It was little ashes and this little Easter egg the Terrell had brought over. So I dumped them after I got up. You know what I'm saying? Went and opened the door. They came and searched. They didn't find nothing but a little ripper where you rip off a single one.
Mm.
You know, we was smoking. We'd get 3 blunts at a gram at this time. You know, this is a college. You know what I'm saying? So like. We had singles. He found a little single, which ain't shit. So he investigated like 3 or 4 of us on the team. Didn't get what he wanted. He wanted us to snitch on each other for like 3 hours.
It ain't that deep. I mean, I wouldn't say it's that deep.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what you want us to tell you? Like, you smelled that, whatever. Like, I'm not saying nothing about him. You got what you think. You got what you want. You feel me? So, Terrell wasn't about to hoop, and Debo was already at middle of the school year. Like, yo, I'm not hooping no more. I need to go work. I need some, I could be working. I could be saving money. He that type of dude. Like, this a job, bro. He like, this a job. He that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't hooping. So it was just left to me and Juwan. Juwan was supposed to go to Landon, Florida, nice ass D2 out there where one of our guys from freshman year had went. And then I was going where I was going. So they tried to hit us with this ultimatum like, yo, basically, since y'all not telling, y'all gonna write us an apology letter. Or we gonna hold y'all to where y'all can't sign nowhere else. I got to think about that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got to think about that shit, bro. Like, I'm not writing no fucking apology letter, bro. Like, why?
It meant to, like, what's the point?
He didn't even give us a valid reason why to do it. Literally, how I just said to you, that's how he said it. Word to mother. Like,
what?
I promise you, like, since, that's what we gonna need, because they're trying to basically scare us type thing and hold them. Like I said, Debo didn't care, Terrell didn't care, because they wasn't even about to hoop no more after that year. They could have, just didn't want to. And me and Juwan, we was definitely trying to, of course, because I had D1. He had D1, but he was going D2 to Florida. You can't beat the beach. You feel me? So neither one of us did it. But he got, I ain't gonna say he got scared, but he like kind of just fell off the scene, like thinking that since he didn't write the letter, they did what they did to heal him. So he didn't end up going to school.
So he just said fuck it all around.
He just said fuck all around, which the coach fucked us too, because he told all the coaches what happened and basically like don't sign us. And coach was going through what he was going through with his daughter, and we all felt like he was taking that on us because she was having cancer through the whole year. So he was taking it. It was way different than our freshman year. You know what I'm saying? So like he's quick to pick on somebody, all that. So he had told everybody, and I know this because the coaches that I was hit up out to Texas State, that happened. They told me what he said. Like they told me what happened, and he said you probably don't need to sign him because of that.
Wicked. And he finding this out years after.
And because on the drug test we had random drug tests. I passed it, but it was like it didn't say I passed or failed it. So he thought they was like, you polluted it. I'm like, nigga, polluted it. I mean, I know what it means, but if I polluted it, it's blue water. It'd be in the cup. You feel me? The blue water would be in the cup because y'all got the blue water in the like they
know how
doing
it
a drug
works.
test. You feel me? So what the hell I look like scooping it? Y'all just wasn't smarter than me. But I passed the test, so he felt some way about that, and he brought that up. So they told me exactly his words, like don't do that. So that's why I ended up D2, UCO, and then transferring for my senior year because of those two occasions that really didn't find nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
see, like I understand it to an extent, but at the same time, I feel like you could have been doing worse. I know that sounds bad, but like
you know what I'm saying?
Doing worse.
But this is 2014, 2015.
It looked out differently then.
Exactly. Yeah. So they really on we like y'all bad people because these is herbs, flowers. You know what I'm saying? But it's legal now. You can't say nothing now.
Whole different vibe now.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you still got your rules in school and stuff like that, which it wasn't even like, I mean, we passed all. And then I got tested out that again and passed with flying colors. So it was like.
It was just,
you know what I'm saying?
Circumstantial. I won't say he was hating on you, but.
And I'm not the only one he tried to pick on that year. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he had his own battles he was dealing with, like picked on some big men throughout the year on some straight disrespectful man type things. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So everybody kind of had their fair share. That was just my way of, but I was his guy for 2 years at the point guard spot. So I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to help kids. You know what I'm saying? You could tell them what that happened. That's fine. But don't say don't do this. Don't sign them because of that. That don't validate my game or what type of person I am.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And like you just kind of said, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but the point guard and coach always have that special relationship.
You kind of got to.
You know what I mean?
Especially if you want to rock the way you want to rock as the point guard. You know what I'm saying? You better have that relationship with them. You feel me? So we had that. Like I said, freshman year was really great for everybody. That year was a little up and down because, like I said, what he's going through, I know that's tough because before that, the wife had cancer.
Oh my! So he was going through it.
You know what I'm saying? This is the second time the daughter got cancer. You know what I'm saying? We witnessed. She go to school with us too. We witnessed her lose her hair, go bald, all that, and he's still, and he's tough for what he did too, because he's still with us every day. Then he end up tearing his Achilles on Thanksgiving hooping with his family. You know what I'm saying? So he dealing with all that. Plus he dealing with all us. We had a couple. He dealing with all us egos and young men that ain't trying to listen but is listening but think they hot shit at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So he dealing with all these things. So I understand now as a grown man. I mean, I don't understand why he did what he did, but I understand what he was dealing with and going through, and like how tough that could be as men. You know what I'm saying? And then as men, how we don't express a lot of things. So, and how we express them in other ways, and he just expressed them in other ways like we do. So, I mean, now. I mean, me and him we didn't talk to this day too. I was coaching post grad, had to play him. I mean, so we're cordial. We could talk now, but yeah.
So was that like your one thing that like held you back, but you know what I mean, like that one adversity, one little rift that you had to go through with your hooping crew? Is that the one thing?
I would say I had a and don't too many people know this either. I had another incident with marijuana my senior year where I'm really dialed in, and if you want to get into that, we can get into that. And then my freshman year, I tore my meniscus. So I would say those three things: my meniscus freshman year, sitting out 8 games, coming back playing on it torn, getting surgery after the season. Sophomore year, dealing with that, having a great year, and then how I ended, having to finish where I finished. And then junior year it was good. You said we talked about the point guard and coach.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. We definitely didn't have that. I tried it, couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't. And his views on point guard was different than my views, which is okay, but that's not all I'm going to bring to the table, and that's not all this team needs. That team wasn't good, bro. That team wasn't. My JUCO team beat that team by 15 plus, easy.
So y'all had different outlooks on everything then.